We're here live at Anime Expo to ask fans, what's the top 3 anime they recommend to people that don't watch anime? Let's find out. For someone who's never watched anime before, what do you think is the top 3 anime that they should watch?
I would suggest, and I'm currently watching Spy Family.
Okay.
That's like a more family. It feels like an family show that
Okay.
I think will work. I would count Full Metal Alchemist, but then there's Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Okay.
I think those 2 are good starts. Now the third one, I never came to mind because I'm thinking like a good introduction. I would probably say Chainsaw Man.
Chainsaw Man? Yeah, you got it. You gotta say Chainsaw Man. Top 3 anime to recommend for people who don't watch anime.
So I would probably recommend Demon Slayer because I've gotten a lot of people to watch anime through Demon Slayer since it has a lot of broad appeal and the first episode really ropes you in. Each episode it's really easy to binge because there's always a cliffhanger at the end so people will keep watching it. Second, I would have to say Death Note because there's also a lot of binging. A lot of people like psychological thrillers. But third is probably my favorite anime, Code Geass, because I just feel like no one can hate it. Everyone has to like it.
Okay, for sure. Thank you.
Of course.
Yeah, so my top 3 anime, honestly, qualifications, I've seen probably over 300, 400 shows.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you the mainstream. First, I'd say Dragon Ball Z. That was my first anime, got me into it. If you want the best story, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. It's absolutely amazing. Watched it, and that's kind of what got me actually hooked on more anime than just Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
And then the last one, if you want something more niche, I'd say Ping Pong the Animation. I really love it because of the unique animation style and the story of someone who's coming from like insecurity up to believing in themselves.
What's the top 3 anime you'd recommend for people who don't watch anime?
For sure, Naruto.
I'd say Cowboy Bebop.
Berserk's pretty hardcore, pretty bloody.
Kaguya.
Okay.
Demon Slayer, since it's the new type of generation, and it's very nice and colorful. That's one of my top 3 picks for like someone new.
And Full Metal.
Okay, cool. Alright, what's the top 3 anime you'd recommend to people that don't watch anime?
Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood,
For sure, One Punch Man.
Death Note,
And then Code Geass, Cyberpunk Edge Runners.
and One Piece.
Alright, what's the top 3 anime you'd recommend for people who don't watch anime?
So for me, honestly, it just depends on what you're really into. I would honestly say Cowboy Bebop. It's a little older, but it's really good, really easy to get into. Likeable characters, good story, all that kind of fun stuff. And then if you want to get to more popular ones, I really like Bleach.
Okay.
I really like Bleach, Demon Slayer, obviously.
What's the top 3 anime to recommend for people who don't watch anime?
Death Note.
It depends on your genre, but if you want a good romance to start with, check out My Love Story. I would think Mob Psycho's 100 is a pretty good one to start with, and it's pretty short.
Alright, cool. So, what's 3 anime to recommend to people that don't watch anime?
I would recommend One Piece, Demon Slayer, One Punch Man, Attack on Titan, and Jujutsu Kaisen. Death Note.
I'd say One Piece,
Sailor Moon,
Demon Slayer,
Fairy Tail,
and Naruto. But honestly, you only need One Piece.
and Naruto.
That's all you need.
For beginners, I recommend these 3. For a movie type beginner, I recommend the classic Studio Ghibli Spirited Away because it's such a classic iconic and you love the design and everything. And for TV show, I recommend Black Lagoon. If you want action, if you want comedy, I recommend that one. And for the last one, if you want to step it up, I recommend watching Oshinoko. Oshinoko is one of the new animes right now. It's really banging, and first episode is an hour long. Can you imagine that? An hour long for just one episode, which is like basically watching a full movie already, bro.
Okay, what's the top 3 anime you'd recommend for people who don't watch anime?
Of course, the top 3 anime that I recommend for anyone who hasn't watched anime at all: Naruto, of course. Big mainstream anime. Second would be One Piece. Big stretch, I know, 1,000 episodes in, but once you will fall in love in the first couple episodes. And last but least, of course, Dragon Ball Z. Everyone knows Dragon Ball Z and Goku and Super Saiyan and all the good stuff.
Cool.
The big 3.
We are on a cruise. we are.
Alright, well, obviously, the obvious answer is going to be probably Naruto for the first one. Probably the second one, it may be a little bit, but maybe Demon Slayer would be a good one as well.
Okay.
And then the third one, I'm going to have to think. I might have to say One Punch Man. That's
Okay.
the one.
Awesome. They're a great recommendation. Thank you, dude. And let me get a whole thing of fix. Thank you, dude. Top 3 anime to recommend to someone who's never watched anime before.
I think everyone should watch Jujutsu Kaisen.
Cowboy Bebop.
And I think Demon Slayer is a good one for people who don't typically watch.
It would be Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Okay.
And Naruto, I think, is like one that people universally love and like is the first thing that people get into.
And I honestly want to put Cyberpunk Edge Runners on the list.
Okay.
I think it's on that kind of level, you know.
All right. All right, so what's the 3 anime to recommend to people that don't watch anime?
I guess the first one is very simple. It's just Demon Slayer. The reason being is because it's simple. It's very easy to get into. A lot of it is just an easy story to follow. If you're first starting off, I would recommend that series to begin. A second one I would recommend is kind of a more complex story is Fate Zero. It follows the Fate Stay Night story, but it's its own story. If you're looking for something a little more complicated, you get into more interesting anime. It's about a Holy Grail war and a lot of fighting and politics, a little bit of politics. And the last one is going to be a throwback. I'd recommend Trigun because it was something I grew up with, and when I was younger, I was first starting to get into anime, and that was one of my favorites. If you like that kind of Western gunslinger kind of stuff, Trigun's for you.
All right, cool. Thank you so much. Well, that's a wrap for Anime Expo 2023. See y'all in 2024. Take care.